There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. But we are started in round one. We currently have Jason Garcia and Scott Simpson at table one. It looks like we have a Kaido v Kid here. So Kaido is a very late game focused leader. He revolves a lot around getting the extra Dawn to be able to play big bodies a lot faster. Revolves a lot around the Onigashima field spell that allows you to get an extra Dawn per turn. So his game plan is going to be looking to control the early units and basically slow down the gameplay of the Kid player. But we definitely are seeing here that the Kid player is playing a very aggressive game here, getting two bodies out early and just pressing the advantage. So it seems like here that the Kid player is just playing a little bit aggressive here, going in with the early swings to pressure the Kaido player. So he swings 5 at leader and is just looking to get that early tempo game going. And there you see the Kaido player just uses the ulti to 2k guard. That's going to be pretty pivotal in this matchup, I think. The guard values and just being able to play out the early blockers is going to be very important. Alright, so yeah, we do notice that there's a little bit of glare in the middle there. We will get that straightened out in the second round, but for now, we'll just have to do it there. Alright, so you see there on 6 Dawn, traditional Kaido play, you see the Kaido player drop the king, basically to pop a body for Dawn -1. So you see here now the Kaido player is swinging 5 at the body on the ground, and then the Kid player just combos out pretty easily there. So just pretty good early back and forth. It looks like the Kaido player is doing a lot of good tempo plays here and just having a great time with the king. And this is the big thing about king that makes him so good, because it's really difficult for the Kid player to get over that without swinging over that body, because he is a 7k body, and because of his play cost of 6, things like Okiku can't rest the king. Alrighty, so it looks like here this is just going to be a leader swing, 5k at leader, and then the king player, the Kaido player, just ends up taking the life there. No harm, no foul. Alright, and that looks like it's a Basil Hawkins from the Kid player. So Basil Hawkins is a very important card in this matchup, because Basil Hawkins is pretty much the way the King player will be dealing with the blockers. So specifically in Queen is a very hard blocker for the green deck to get over, and Basil Hawkins, because of his restand ability for 1 Dawn, is very good in this matchup, because he can pressure the Kaido player with life totals, with the 7k swing and the 9k swing, and just be able to get that restand so he doesn't lose tempo by swinging into like rested units or even into a blocker. So here we're going to see just a guaranteed swing here, and that it seems like the Kaido player dropped the 9-cost Kaido to blow up the Basil Hawkins and just able to swing in. The 9-cost Kaido is huge here, because that basically being able to get rush and to pop a body. It's basically doing double duty and just able to clear the board. And that's basically what this matchup is going to be down to. The Kaido player just being able to get to the mid to late game and just being able to straight up and honestly just deal with the units on board. So it's pretty hard to get the tempo back once the board starts getting cleared by the Kaido player. Alright, and we do see the comments about the technical difficulties, so we will be getting everything cleared up for round 2, so I just have to bear with us for a little bit here, guys, but we will get everything sorted for round 2, so we do apologize for that. Alrighty, so we see here, it's passing back to the Kaido player. So you see he has the Onigashima live, and now he has the 2 bodies. So now this is where Kaido likes to be. Kaido likes to be in this position of the driver's seat where he is just being able to straight out tempo the Kid player. So Kid is a deck that relies very heavily on controlling the board and maintaining that tempo. And because Kaido is a deck where it's like when you play a body, it can remove a body in the use of like the 7-cost King, or even like just a while ago the 9-cost Kaido, it's very impactful that he's just able to control the board like that. And now we're basically in Kaido's gameplay here. So now we see here just a 6k swing to leader. So the green player here is thinking, decides to combo out. Alright, and here we see the 5-cost King. So I did talk about this card. The fact that it is on play, draw 2, discard 1. So basically it's replacing itself. So you're already +1. Plus it's a 6k blocker, which for numbers, it is very hard to deal with. Especially for the Kid deck. It's very hard to deal with a 6k blocker. 5k blockers are not too bad because you can throw up like even a leader swing to check the blocker, but because of 6k you have to at least commit 2 Dawn to deal with it, and then that still doesn't mean he can combo out of that. So like imagine just swinging in for like a 5k or a 6k check, and then boom, you have you can just block and then commit even 1 card, so basically an 8k blocker. So like basically the Kid player has to commit a turn or even a turn and a half to dealing with the King, and the purple player can just be like, alright, haha, I'm just going to combo out of it. And that's very important. So once you see this setup here, it's pretty much just, it's really tough. I would say honestly that this is probably one of Kid's harder matchups, because just because of the sheer amount of Dawn that you can generate from Onigashima over the course of a couple of turns. You're already gaining value. Once they see that Onigashima, it's a very difficult match. The purple player is pretty much in the driver's seat from then on there. Alright, so we see a swing at leader there, so looks like he just takes the check, and then now it is the Kaido player back on turn. Alrighty, so here it looks like this is the promo. So basically what the promo does is at end of turn you can basically get an active Dawn. So this is very good for defensive wise, because basically now he can use leader ability to burn the life and then just being able to get back an extra Dawn. Between that and Onigashima, you're getting 2 Dawn, an extra 2 Dawn per turn, which is very good. Not a lot of lists play that tech, so it's very interesting to see that type of that type of card being played. So it looks like he's mixing the traditional Kaido with the type of burn Kaido, which is really sick. Very interesting to see that type of style being played here. So now he has the kid in a position where he can just play more aggressive, swing with the big bodies, and just burn him. So that's definitely what we're going to see here. So it does look like potentially game for the Kaido player, but don't count Kid out yet. Kid has some pretty sick turns, but anyways, we do see him just take the life here, and now Kid is just gonna do the leader swing here. All right. So what we see here is we're going down to the wire here, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like. So it looks like that the Kid player currently has 3 life, and the Kaido player is on the back foot here. But like I said, Kaido has just is the deck that just can win out of nowhere sometimes, just because of the sheer value that it can provide on board. So he might be down to 1 life, but like I said, don't count him out just yet. So the Kaido player here has a lot of decision making to do here, and that is correct. The Kaido player hasn't seen too many of his blockers. He's definitely seen his high end for sure, but like I said, don't count him out just yet. Alright, and that just looks like it's another king there. That looks like the 7-cost king. So being able to clear 2 bodies, but I think right now what he's looking to do is just establish pressure. And then there we see the 2-cost blocker there. So now he's finally able to see his blockers, so now he can play a little bit more defensively here. But at 1 life, Kid is dangerous. Because the leader ability just being able to swing 2 times, so it's very hard here. Now, potentially the Kid can play for game here, with like how he would have to do this here is he would have to have Nekomamushi here to be able to rest the blocker. So he is thinking about it here, but it does allow for the crackback to be very difficult. So let's do some thinking here. Right, so the green player is thinking here. He does see the line, but he has to be very careful here. So you see the first swing go. Alright, so now he does the swing here, and it looks like he's going for leader. And there we see the blast breath, the 9K there. Oh, very nice. Very classic Kaido here. Very classic. Leaving the 1-don open and just being able to go up to 9K with the blast breath. It's very difficult to play around, but when you have the big body Eustace, you gotta be able to put that Dawn on and pressure for 9K to play around. And there we see the Kaido player take the last life. And now, is he gonna go for game? Alright, and then there's the concession. Oh my days. Alright, so the Kid player was able to get it there. Yeah, so like I was saying, when you get down to that 1 life, Kid is basically super dangerous. Just being the ability to pay 3 and just to restand is just insane. So there we see the green player ended up taking it, which is pretty good because for Kid, it is a very difficult matchup for Kid if the Kaido player does see the early blockers, but unfortunately he wasn't able to see the early blockers, and he was just able to see the top end, which in situations it is pretty good, but in here you really need to see, once you see the early game of Kiku's and you see the early Basil and the early aggression as the Kid player, sometimes you just have it, honestly. But yeah, unfortunate for the Kaido player. Unfortunate for Scott that he wasn't able to see the blockers early out and just playing the more early game defensive. But that is Kid, and that basically how that works. So good GGs to both players. Good luck in the next rounds, and we will be looking forward to seeing if Jason can get up there. All right, so we're just going to take a little bit of a break, but stay tuned for more quality gameplay for the rest of the day. We have a whole 9 rounds today, so we're going to be definitely locked in. GG's, and we'll see you in a little bit. I'm pretty sure he's going to change the cast review after this video.